Now, I don't know what world Congressman Jerry Nadler is even living in. At today's hearing titled Oversight of the Voting Rights Act, a continuing record of discrimination, Chairman Nadler of the House Judiciary Committee closed his opening remarks by saying, quote, "Too many Americans are still denied the right to vote because of their race, ethnicity, or language minority status. This is why the left pushes the racism narrative so hard everywhere you look. So Democrats like Nadler can get away with such obviously false statements without having to supply any actual evidence." So joining us now to rebut Nadler's assertions and more is Hans von Spakovsky from the Heritage Foundation. Thanks for being here tonight, Hans.
Sure, thanks for having me.
So as we just heard, Nadler opened up his hearing today with remarks about H.R. 4, which we'll get to in just a moment, by saying that voting discrimination is still absolutely rampant to this day. So I want to give you the floor first here to respond to his premise.
Yeah, that is completely and totally false. Look, the Census Bureau just issued a report on last year's elections. We had the highest turnout in a presidential election in this century. It was one of the highest turnouts ever in a presidential race. Voter registration was also at a high level. It was higher last year than in the prior 5 federal elections. And that's registration not just of white voters, but of black voters, Hispanics, and others. So the turnout numbers and the registration numbers show that he's just propagating a big lie.
Well, of course, because they want to pass H.R. 4, which you actually you argue that it actually passes. It's a backdoor way to pass through some of the worst parts of H.R. 1. So talk to us. What is included in H.R. 4?
Yeah, H.R. 4 is kind of the backup plan if they can't get H.R. 1 passed. And what it would do really is kind of unbelievable. It would require states that make certain changes in their voting laws. For example, putting in a voter ID law or making changes in how they maintain the accuracy of their voter rolls. In other words, taking people who are ineligible off. If a state legislature passes a law like that, it would not be effective until and unless the state submits it to the U.S. Justice Department. The Justice Department would have to approve of a law passed by a state legislature. In essence, they would be giving the very partisan and very liberal bureaucrats inside the Justice Department the ability to veto actions of state governments, which is really unprecedented in American history.
You actually call it, you jokingly refer to it as the ghost of Eric Holder, for example, his time as AG under Obama, using the Voting Rights Act of 65 to go after a lot of states. Could we see a resurgence of that if H.R. 4 is passed?
Yes, absolutely, because a good example of that is, look, when South Carolina passed a voter ID law, Eric Holder's Justice Department objected to it, and South Carolina had to go to court and fight them. They won, but it cost them almost $3 million in attorney's fees to fight the Justice Department. And, you know, the Justice Department has enormous resources, many lawyers. Many states, but particularly county governments and others, just can't resist the Justice Department because they don't have the resources, the money, the lawyers to do it.
This actually went before the Supreme Court back in 2013. So do you think H.R. 4 would run up against the Supreme Court ruling? And do you think that makes H.R. 4 therefore unconstitutional?
Right. They're trying to overturn a decision called Shelby County. And what Shelby County said was, look, the only way you can justify giving the Justice Department this kind of veto authority is if certain conditions exist. Mass discrimination, evasion of court decrees by state governments, all these things that they might have existed in 1965, but they are nowhere to be seen today, despite what Chairman Nadler said today.
Would H.R. 4 almost incentivize even more manufactured litigation, even more than we currently see now from groups such as the ACLU? Is that something we could see?
Oh, absolutely. The reason for that is there's a triggering formula in this bill. If you have a certain number of what they call voting rights violations, then this preclearance requirement, pre-approval requirement will apply to you as a state for 10 years. A voting rights violation could be anything from a court judgment against a state to a settlement agreement. So, in other words, the ACLU could file a totally frivolous lawsuit and then say, hey, we'll settle the case. And a state will be tempted to do that because it'll avoid the cost of litigation. That settlement, even of a frivolous case, would count as a voting rights violation.
And like you say, H.R. 4 in many ways is a backdoor way to get through the worst parts of H.R. 1. And H.R. 1 is,
Right.
is a bill we've talked about now on this show many, many times. Do you think H.R. 1 is almost dead on arrival when it comes to the Senate? Do you think we won't hear much from it anymore? Maybe that's why Democrats now are doing these hearings on H.R. 4.
Well, it did fail to get out of the committee. The committee split with Republicans and Democrats in a tie vote. But Chuck Schumer has promised that he's going to discharge it to the floor of the Senate sometime probably in August. And yeah, hopefully it's dead, but it's only 1 or 2 votes away from passage. So we're on a very dangerous precipice here.
Yes, we'll have to keep our eyes open for any more updates on that. But Hans, always a pleasure having you on. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.